Good morning, Tamimi. Sorry for blowing out your ears there. I should have checked that beforehand. Been looking for a beanie. Can't find it. What's up, Raga? With the SNQ traded down pretty much exactly to their measured ATR lows this morning on the employment numbers. We're at 16. Damn. So you're short from yesterday. Demo or not, it's a good entry. I was about to ask my wife. I don't really see the point in that. I already know the answer. What's your signal to get out? Or are you talking about like a key level? starting to head back down. I just can't believe the move we made yesterday. Absolutely insane move. Look at this. I mean, decent pullback after the first move at the bell, but then pretty much just chopped our way up. I mean, decent pullback here, but immediate V-shaped recovery. Was it this? 863. So we were above it all day. This 863, we got above it pre-market right here. This was the key area off the hourly. I thought we would hold. Just was like, nah, I'm gonna go a little higher than that today. Crazy. We are essentially red on the day now. See how that pans out. Automated a strategy was testing in days based on 15-minute chart. Yesterday it made the damn. I mean, the last month all you had to do was buy a dip, and you would have been right. Didn't matter which dip, any of them. All right, we only got about 2 minutes here to the bell. Sure. We have one put expiring today on Checkpoint. It's a $2 put. Pretty far away from it, so we should be pretty good on that. Checkpoint, charge point. I've always, if GDT was here, he'd yell at me. The dips that keep on dipping. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Of course, Oxy is moving up. It's so annoying. I tried to get filled on Oxy like all day yesterday. Actually, while we're letting this first couple candles play out, let's see what kind of difference that made. I was on the bid so many times yesterday. Yeah, it went up quite a bit. I'm gonna put my order back out there and see what happens. Reclaimed everything of that bad news. Was automatically in. Ah, cool. That's pretty cool. I don't think I'm too interested much else as far as options go today. Maybe Plitter, depending on the type of day it's having. Everything else is kind of still like in the middle of their ranges. Don't think I'd want to get option or a leap on Plitter. I think I'd be more looking for if PayPal comes back down towards 50, I'd definitely be interested in that. It's a matter of it happening though. Same with Chewy. I would need that to come back down. CGC actually trying to move up a little bit this morning. Not that I really care about that. That's very long term, just waiting for that. That's more of a lottery play. Oxy, we're gonna see if that comes back down a little bit. If it does, we should hopefully be able to get our fill. Hood kind of chilling. AD trying to come back down. Baidu trying to come back down. BBAI, same with Baba. Baba's the one I'm most interested in, but I want it down towards 60. Walmart, I know it's off its highs, but it's actually making a pretty decent move down. Be interesting to watch that one. That's one you wouldn't think would be moving down come Christmas time. Not really seeing too much else that I'm interested in. Like I said, maybe Plitter, but I'd want that down towards 14 or 15. Nice first trade there. See? Not trying to determine direction. I'm just trying to get those quick little, what I consider obvious little pushes. Now this wants to go back to the highs, so be it. Ain't gonna hurt me. If it wants to continue down, so be it. I got what I thought was pretty reasonable. I'll move on to the next one. You start looking for the bigger moves, it's when it makes that little push, right? You're looking for this to come all the way back down. Is it going to work this time? Maybe. But as you saw, it tried to go higher. Could it have went straight to high a day and continued and went green on the day? Yeah. But getting into that, I had a pretty clear stop, right? That's what I'm looking for moving forward. I want to have clear stops. I'm also trying to kind of read the overall price action, like who I feel is in control. Right now, I still feel the sellers are in control. We're red on the day. We haven't got back above these key areas from earlier. So that's what I'm looking at. So I'm leaning on the sell side here if I can. Till I see that momentum shift. Definitely already got a little bit of a range here, right? Got a bottom and a top. Just kind of going back and forth between the two. Put that range in red. This line is off the hourly or the daily, or is this a line from yesterday? In 82. This line is just straight off of this. I'm a little annoyed because I thought I changed this yesterday. Refresh if that. still have a hint. So it must just be new ones. I changed that yesterday so that when I draw a line on another chart, it'll go on all the charts that are on the same symbol. But for some reason, that didn't save yesterday for whatever reason. It's Friday as well, so don't be surprised if we just chop. Morning, Zishan. Morning, Big Tex. You shouldn't have added the AS on there. Just Tex. Morning, Big Tex. You wear the cowboy boots and the cowboy hat? Do you go all Yellowstone with it? Come on, Oxy. You're supposed to go red today. I'm not overpaying for this. Really want to get in, Oxy, but I'm not going to overpay for it. It's 14. 5 minus 770. Let's see. 25 gives me 64. Come up here. What did I just say it was? Minus 270. 64. But to me, that would be no different. Same break even. We got above that range. Can't say I'm surprised it's to the upside. Market just doesn't really care about going down. Now my 50. Dude, I'm getting roasted with putting these orders out. It's so annoying. Like, it's like I don't even want to put a bid out because I already know it's just gonna do that stupid crap where it front runs it. Right to red to green, pretty much straight up through it, going right to the highs from assuming pre-market. Yep. This is just a joke. Leave that order. Market makes no sense. This is exactly why I'm not doing what I used to do. It'll just keep going forever. It don't care. It will just keep on going. $16 will hold. Yeah, it did not hold. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, Zishan. The way, I mean, it's like you can automatically import your trades, and then it just tells you everything that you want to know. It's pretty awesome. I'm trying to get to my channel. Do you get paid more if people watch the full ad on the live streams? I don't know. I would assume so. I honestly have no idea. People watch the full ad on the live streams? I don't know. That's a good question. I would assume so because they think that you're maybe partaking. I think you get paid more if you click on the ad. I don't think it has anything to do with how long you watch the ad. I think it's if you click the ad. I'm pretty sure because then that they see that, like that goes into their metrics. I've had a lot of people tell me that they have to turn me up because I'm low, but man, when I hear everything back on my side of things, like I have to turn everything all the way down. So I don't know. I always wonder if like it's me or someone else. I don't know. This stop is a little too far away. Plus, I mean, looking at the ATR bands, not really, pretty much still chopping, just chopping upwards. Playing around with 16,000 again. What's up, Albert? How do you put on a TP target when already in trades and QT and on Quantower? And if I have, say, 5 ads, will it take it all out? Yes. So when you're in a position, I'm just going to use this as an example. You're going to have an average price line, which will look like this, but it'll probably be green. So if you look over to the right of that same thing, see there's a SL and a TP. Stop loss, take profit. So if you want your take profit, you can drag that to wherever it's going to be, or you can take your stop loss and drag it to wherever you want. So it'll put those orders out for you. Now, if you want to do it for smaller amounts, like if you have 5 contracts and you only want to take some out, you're going to have to manually place those orders. So the best way to do that is to see this little mouse button up here, click that, and just put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever amount you want. And just, you left click to buy, right click to sell. So if you're in a long position and you're looking to sell at a certain price for one contract, you would right click at wherever you want to sell it. So the TP, that's just because I wasn't in the position yet. So limit is your TP. So you would drag that limit to where you want your take profit to be. And then the SL would be for stop loss. But yeah, if you're dragging it off of your average line, it's going to be for all the shares or contracts, sorry. Yep, no problem. Type this morning. I don't really know what to do here. I don't really want to go long. Especially, I mean, there's so many key areas right here. It's red to green. There's obviously areas from yesterday and off the hourly. Ugh. How many days left for proper trading this month before this really goes slow? Yeah, I have no idea. I guess that depends on when all the big money decides to take off for the rest of the year. I've always heard that it picks up around this time, though, just because people are getting off and they don't really have anything else to do until the holidays. This is why I don't like trading when it's in the middle here, because usually you are around so many key areas. When you get those big extensions, that's when, to me, it's a lot easier to trade because you're away from those key areas. A lot less likelihood of just getting chopped around. It mainly goes up because of Christmas, so they don't want to upset retailers and get, yeah. Well, that's the other thing too, is nobody wants to be caught. Somebody said this recently, and I agreed with it, is like nobody wants to not be in a stock going into the new year. That's like going straight up. Way to check all of your accounts. You can move down here. I was looking for, on Apex's site, if there was a way to see all your transactions. I thought there was a place where you could see it. I'm not. Oh, payment. I wonder if it's just payments history. Oh yeah, here it is. But it doesn't tell you which account. That's what I was looking for. Would you look at that? It's right back up off that key area. This is the one from yesterday. Yeah. Scroll back. Let's see. Yeah. Got. This is that's the bottom one, right? Yeah, 982. So if we break under that, we got room all the way down to that 1586. So we can get rid of our range from this morning now. I got so much to do today. We'll probably be getting off around 11:30. Have a meeting I got to attend at 12, and then I have to get all the stuff ready because we're picking the kids up from school and heading right to Ocean City, which should be fun. Swing trade futures? Nah. Well, you can't with the prop accounts anyway. They will close your position. Or at least make an attempt to close it, I believe. I do feel like we'll probably get a decent little push down if we get through here, but I don't know. Could just be a sweep too. Or it could just be that little poke through like that. And then they try to bring it back up. It's crazy, man. They do it all the time. I remember when I first started trying to scalp, that's actually what I was doing. I was literally putting, like, I would put a buy order literally a couple ticks below the current low there, and then I'd have my scalp order out to go higher. Just looking for that candle to do what it did, because it does it all the time. But the problem I ran into real quick is when you put that order out and then it just absolutely flushes through it. All it takes is that one time. But that's kind of why you do it in the chop. Like that strategy was better in the chop. But again, the problem is there was no stop loss. So unless you're getting in with all right, well, I have to get out up here. I mean, that could work, I guess, long term, because it was very high win rate. But at the same time, it was still scary. Like even here, like if I wanted to get in on the break of this candle, it's such a far stop loss, and there's so many, like look at this key level right here, just from today. You got a top and two bottoms, and I mean you could even say another top. Like, I don't want to mess with that. I mean look, it was right there. So it would have got filled, you know, so it would have worked, but it's not, the probability of it working is a lot less than if you just wait for a better move. Yeah, they close them. I think sometimes people have said they've gotten away with it, but it's more of a safety thing just because of the possible gaps. But apparently they have it set to try to close your position, but it doesn't always work. So it's really more of a safety thing on your side. And I don't really know how that would play into their rules, especially with the PA account. With the eval, they probably wouldn't care. What the? Oh, 10 o'clock? Some news? I should have known. What news is this? 10 o'clock. Prelim UOM consumer sentiment. Looks like it beat by quite a bit, actually. We were at 61.3. They forecasted 62. It was at 69.4. So I can see how it would react to that. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Was not expecting that. Thankfully, I wasn't in. I didn't even see the data latency thing either, so that's good. See now, I could feel, as long as this doesn't go. I don't really like how it's fighting here. Yeah. I don't know what happened to Quantower, man. It like reset all of my stuff. It even tried to like connect me to some like emulator thing and not the right server. So this still shows me that sellers are trying to be in control here. So trying to scalp to the upside could be a little dangerous. It's so crazy. Like, look at the candles. Like, there's bigger red candles than green, except for the news candle. But yet we're still moving in an upward direction. Crazy. See if my thought process is right here. I feel like if we do break this area, it's just going to be one of those little poke throughs. There's the poke through. But we would have got filled because our take profit was pretty much right at that line. But if you were not doing what I'm doing and you're looking for that to go high a day, so far you're like, crap. Because now this feels like it could just shoot right back down. But I do feel we come back up, we're going to go high a day. Yep, see? Now I don't like it anymore. Because now it just feels like they're going to keep chopping that upside and then it keeps selling off. What's up, Alan? Consumer sentiment, yeah. Feels like it was a fake bullish day, but market doesn't care about how we feel. Dude, I've been saying that for 3 weeks. What's Oxy doing? Yeah, it did start to come back down. Well, nothing. Probably check charge. Oh wow, ChargePoint's actually having another up day. Wow, I wonder if we would have got filled. We were right at the highs. I'm telling you, man, the sellers are like, no. Yeah, nice. ChargePoint's having a good day. I like it. On air? Hells yeah, Tom. That's we've been there. Well, we've been to the port. That was actually the one that we hadn't been to still, and that was the one we just went on last. We finally hit that cycle, or that itinerary. I don't know why I called it cycle. All right. Now I don't like the short. It's crazy that quick it changed. Like it felt like the sellers were trying to take control, but they obviously didn't. Now the buyers seem to be in control. Because now you probably have a bunch of the shorts that had to buy, right, to cover their position. So now you got buyers buying and shorts covering. All buys. Just insane. Market has no quit. Oh, it makes me so sad about Oxy, man. I want in. They won't give me the right price. this. Insane. 1666 came and went. White Hat, what's up? How are you? FOMO kicking in me. It's insane, man. Market don't quit. My 5-minute is off the chart right now. I have to. We're back above the levels from yesterday now too. Looking at the 1 hour. I think we're like right at it. Yeah, look. Or wait, it's over here. Oh yeah, this was yesterday right here. But we're above that. What is this crap, man? They changed so much. I don't like it. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that now I have to go back and redo everything. I mean, I can't. I mean, these bars are too big for me to trade at the moment. On a hard dip. I mean, yeah, it's so if this was a stock, I would be looking. We broke out, right? I'd be looking for the obvious retest of this area. But what I've learned is in futures, in the overall market, the indices, like ETFs, everything, like that doesn't happen very often. Believe it or not, it'll just literally go sideways at some point and then just keep going higher. Like there is nothing saying we're probably going to come back and retest, where stocks do that all the time. And it's like, it just doesn't really happen in futures from what I've noticed. Because that's when I first came over to futures, I was like, oh, I'll just trade it just like I was stocks. But no, they don't care. It just keeps going. It's just gonna go higher. You can see it in the price action. Crazy. Now I can't really play the bottom of this candle. It's too close to the bottom of that candle. That's what I'm saying. This could just go sideways now for like the next 5 minutes and then just start to tread higher again. It does not care what we think. That is for sure. Yes, that is what I'm currently doing, Albert. Yes. I'm looking to get the little bit of a shove in one direction or the other. And if I don't, I'm just using that previous candle as my stop. Just like that. I didn't get my full amount there, but I was expecting it to fill me right away, and it didn't. I mean, we would have got filled, but that easily could have popped right back up too. $16.84 was your target. Nice. Got there. I could have left it there, but it still felt bullish. So I was thinking maybe that was a little bit of a sweep underneath those lows, but I was looking for the sweep to be a little bit more than it was at that first moment. Unfortunately, it didn't fill us right away. And it still might be a sweep. So Albert, that's kind of where it starts to get iffy because I'm purely going off of my price action reading. Like I'm basically waiting for it to feel like the price action is shifting. Like you'll see me put orders out sometimes, like as a, okay, if it breaks this level, it's just a good level to get in. But then you'll see me cancel those orders sometimes just because I don't like the price action. So even though it still might work, and a lot of times it still does work, the price action became iffy from the point I put the order out versus what I saw. Like right now, now I can't play any of this. I'm not going to play high of day, right? No one wants to buy the top like an idiot. And then you also can't really play this because now we had that huge pullback. The only thing you could possibly do here if you were trying to trade in this is wait for a pullback maybe to this previous candle. If it doesn't break it, look to get long, and then you have that previous candle to stop out if it breaks. Like I could even do the same thing here. Like I could get in short underneath this candle, and then I could risk pretty much high a day at that point. So like if we were to fake out here, okay, let's say. I actually kind of like that trade. But it would have to stuff. But see how it feels? Like you can see the price action still trying to fight higher. So either we're going to stuff and have a decent little pullback, or it's going to go higher. But it seems like the buyers keep stepping in here. Yep, see? So now I don't like it anymore. Even if it kept trying to go higher without much of a pullback, to me that's signaling, okay, the buyers are in control right now. So that's actually bad for a short position because even if it does stuff a little bit, if the buyers are still in control, it's just going to maybe do a small little wick underneath that candle. And there's not much you can do about that. Because sometimes it'll wick under because they use previous candles a lot, it seems. And then they'll shoot it right back. And right now the buyers are definitely in control. I mean, like, is that really a pullback? No, that's maybe 50%. And it was just a wick. And now we're going higher again. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, Alpine, sorry about that, man. Hopefully they figure that out. I would be messaging somebody on Discord about that for sure. SPY didn't break. SPY is over 460 now. Oh, I see it. 460.18. I think it's possible you have a 100 win streak the whole year. Let's go. Yeah, I do actually. If you pick your spots correctly, I don't see why you can't have 100 wins in a row. You bought the dip, Alan? Nice, man. Look at that. Beautiful. Just, it's insane. I mean, we're headed right back to the highs from the other day. Back on, what was this, the 29th of November? I just don't get it, man. The market has no quit. Yeah, see, I was hoping for a smaller candle here, then an attempt higher, and then fail, and then we'd have a play there. Well, that move right there, if you bought the dip, should have put you back up pretty nice. Sounds like a huge profit, yeah. Well, how I'm trading too now, it'd be a little harder to have a 100 win streak because I'm keeping my stops pretty tight. And see, I don't know if I like this. I'd rather it go test the highs and then come down versus just trying to continue from here, because then that's how you get those little poke throughs. If we go test the highs and fail, then I have much more confidence that we're going to get a decent little push down. But if it just tries to continue here to the downside, I feel like there's a high probability it just kind of fakes out and then goes higher again. So I guess we'll find out. So we made it under that candle by what, like 2 ticks, 3 ticks now, maybe a point. And it's fighting to go back up. See if it continues or not. See? I mean, it happens all the time. You just got to look for those little nuances. And I feel like if I just am patient and I trust myself that I actually am pretty decent at reading the price action, you can just put yourself in better scenarios. Like, and then worst case scenario, having the stop loss, it protects you. I still would have rather have seen it touch the highs. I still don't like this. Even though it's a lower high, which a lot of people like to see, I'd rather it test the highs, because to me, if it fails after retesting the highs, that's so much more convincing to a lot of the longs that, okay, we're not going to go higher. Like this, they're like, oh, well, we still haven't tested the highs. Let's see what happens. And as you can see, another couple ticks through. Just trying to fight higher again. The sellers were in control. When you're breaking these levels, you'd have a decent little stuff candle. We're not getting that right now. I am not going to hold any winners. No, I'm done trying to predict what's going to happen in the future. It was not working very well. Yeah, I've been hearing more and more about this fair value gap stuff, and I don't know. The more I looked into it, I didn't really see too much edge in it. I get what they're looking at, but not for me. Fair gap value or not, it's not gonna change what the price action is telling you in the moment. And the price action is going to be the price action regardless of what the fair gap value tells you. Like all signs kind of pointed to going down there, right? You got top wicks, you're trending down, lower highs, and then boom, out of nowhere. But that's what I'm saying. If the sellers were in control, those would have been a bigger candle at some point. But every time it just keeps getting bought up. You're gonna know when the longs let go because you're gonna have that bigger candle. But right now the buyers are just stepping in. And that's the thing to me. Everyone's gonna have their different interpretation. Price action is price action. You can't change that. You know what I noticed about this drawdown thing too? That's pretty cool. Is you can see how much I was up on that previous trade. If you go into it with 2,500 and like, so now I'm 97 after commissions, but I was up an extra 22 bucks on that trade. It's just when I hit the flatten button, I probably got the crap fill. So again, another top wick. One of these red candles on the break is going to be much bigger if the sellers take over or the longs finally let go. But right now the buyers are still in control. Like I said, I want to see it at least retest the highs and then fail. Then I'd be a lot more confident in a short. But if it goes to the highs and goes through, then so be it, right? We're reacting, we're not predicting. It's such a powerful thing that I've been saying for a long time that I myself need to always remember. I am a reaction trader, not a prediction trader. I can't sit here and be like, oh, well, I think it's going to go long. Like, I think it's going to go higher, you know, based off of what the chart tells me. What the chart's telling you, like we've already discussed, it doesn't mean shit. All that matters is what's happening right then and there. Sure, this looks like it can continue higher, right? It's trending higher. Doesn't mean it's going to. Right? And everyone can look at a chart in hindsight. Yep, trading is always going to be discretionary. How much Apex charges with commissions? It's on the NQ, it's $2 per contract. I'm pretty sure. Like right now I have 4 contracts through and it was $7.96. So yeah, it's like $1.98 or something, $1.99 in commission per contract. What about a trailing stop? You would get chopped out so much so quickly. Unless you get lucky and it's like some crazy push. So the thing is, say you put an order out with no take profit and it shoves down like 30 points, but then instantly reclaims. Well, you're probably not going to be quick enough to hit that button for where you would have gotten 15 ticks, right? So a lot of times, sure, you could have made double on that specific scenario, but how would you know that's going to be the bottom and your trailing stop's going to come down? It's not going to work. I mean, you could put a trailing stop right from the get, but the way that I'm trading with previous candle, the trailing stop's going to be different every time. So unless I could adjust that, it would be impossible to do. I think that's actually what Alpine's trying to do right now with the trailing stop. I don't know for sure. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It would just trail it down. But I feel like a lot of times where you would have gotten filled 15 ticks, you're going to get stopped out. Sometimes for a loss, sometimes for break even, where you would have made the 15 ticks. Like how many of those times? How many times is that going to happen before you get like that one runner where you make a bit more? Because that's the thing with 15. Like if you're only doing 15 ticks, I mean 15 ticks is nothing. I mean look, I'm gonna put an order out. Like that line to that line is 15 ticks. That's just a small little chop. So now I would feel better about a short under this level because we went up and failed. I just don't like that it's going right into that previous resistance. Especially it's all happening at once too. Let's see if it would have worked. Yeah, it's pretty close. I don't know if it would have worked though. But see, even right there. So had we not get filled, that popped right back up. That would have definitely take us out if we're doing like just a 15 tick trailing stop, right? Just that little bit of a pop back up. You know, it's better to just be consistent. You're right. I should have taken that trade. I literally said the whole time I wanted to see it test the highs, but I didn't like that it happened all in one candle. I would have liked it to kind of work its way down to this level, and then I think we would have definitely had a good push through. You're scalping for smaller targets. Are you planning to keep this account for multiple months to pass? Possibly. The thing is, if I get 5 trades at 75 a pop, if they all work correctly, and that's what 347 or 375. No, wait, yeah, 375. 5 trades would be 375. Wouldn't take that long. All right, so I'm looking for a short here. If it goes above this candle, previous candle, and fails. Or we just go right back to the highs. See, now I can't take that trade because that candle's way too long. Trying to make 75, but I'd be risking like 300-400. And we're back at the middle line again. So it's like, I mean, today kind of sucks. Pretty choppy, actually. We're just chopping upwards. Is 1425 plus 250, 1675. To pay a little bit more up front, but 16. It's not right. Doing the math wrong in my head there. 1675. Well, why would that? Oh, I'm on the wrong. That would make sense. 1670. Wish my options buddy was here. I'm actually curious about something. And look, now this little area is starting to hold. Some days I just want to go all in. When we reach profit target for 50K, is the account reset? And then what is the target and when can we take payouts? So yes, you need to get the 53K to pass. Then once you pass, it resets to 50K. To get the payout, you need to get to 52,600. Your trailing drawdown, that 2,500, will now be at 50,100. It stops there. It can't go any higher. So if you can get away from that 52,600, your drawdown technically increases for every dollar you go above it. So say you got to $60,100 in the account, your drawdown would technically be $10,000. Now for the first 3 payouts, you can only take out 2,000 maximum. So keep that in mind too. But after those first 3 months, you can withdraw as much as you want. I actually really like that trade there, but I don't know. This just all just feels fishy this morning. Yep, sometimes the best trade is no trade, 100%. Kind of how I'm feeling today. I'm not liking the price action at all. Like, it feels like the sellers have been in control most of this time, but yet we're still moving higher. So a little bit of a capitulation there. This one definitely would have worked. I'm assuming we'll probably drop to somewhere around here. Some people choose not to trade at all on an FP day, so going all in doesn't seem like a good idea. Am I missing something? Why are these? 1670. Does look like we're trying to come back down and retest, huh? Almost like a real stock. This. Maybe the sellers were in control. They were just kind of letting the buyers hang themselves a bit. Still long. I don't like where we're at. I feel like we're in kind of no man's land. I feel like there hasn't been any obvious trades. I mean, I could have got short on this one here. That would have worked. It would have been nice. I feel like that's the only one I missed, really. I think I was talking. I kind of missed that one. But we're going to come down and retest that area. Now this is where crap gets crazy on the NQ. Sometimes you'd look left and you're like, okay, pretty obvious area we're going to bounce. But then all of a sudden that thing will just stuff. And then that's when you get those like crazy moves that just come out of nowhere, right? Because you get a lot of people that are like buying this, expecting a bounce. And then it just starts to not bounce, and then everyone starts selling. That would have been funny if it happened. But it does look like we're going to attempt to bounce at least. Oh, maybe not. This could be what I was saying. Where everyone was like, oh, we're going to bounce there, right? No. No? Uh-oh. And then they're like, all right, oh, we still might bounce. If we come down and break this low, though, I bet you something crazy might happen. Or we just get the normal bounce and no way we go all the way right down. I mean, I said I'm not in the business of predicting. There it is. Careful. These are the ones I'm talking about. These are the ones that blow the accounts. Myself included. Well, it's got to bounce. It's got to bounce. Straight down. It's got to bounce. I'm telling you, man. They don't have to do anything. At least these levels are, I mean, they're worth keeping on the chart. They were being, or attempted to be respected. Yep, Tamimi, same here. That's how I blew PA accounts too. It works until it doesn't work. That's what I always say. I would say that red to green or green to red in this case, that usually does always seem to get respected, or at least attempted to be respected, more so than other lines. Right to it. Sellers are definitely in control at the moment. You see that? It literally bounced off my order. So frustrating. Would have worked. Damn. Just an obvious little reversal in there. I was expecting it to push up like this right away, though. I wasn't expecting it to hang out there. It's so frustrating because, like, I don't fault myself for taking it off there, but at the same time, it's just like, if I don't take it off there, you're running the risk of losing the profits that you have currently, as well as that thing stuffing all the way back to low day, like, super fast. No, I mean, I'm not really looking to short here. I don't like to. It's as short bias as I am overall in the market currently, or still. I don't necessarily like. I following the trend's fine, but when we're not even red on the day. I'm only going to shorten obvious positions, which is I'm always looking for the counter trend. And I'm not, like, again, it's only because I'm not looking for a big move. I wasn't getting long looking for it to go back to the highs. I was literally just looking for an obvious slowdown in the selling pressure that we had, which green to red was obviously a really good area. It's being used as support. So just looking for a temporary move back up in an obvious spot to take some quick profits. Had I left it there, would have obviously been better, but what did we end up getting on that? We got 45 of the 75, so not bad, I guess, for hitting the flatten button, but it literally went up and bounced off our order there. That was pretty frustrating. And then it just hung there, so I wasn't about to let it just shoot right back down. Easy. In theory. Yeah, now I have no trade. And you're around too many key levels to go short. And long is, I mean, honestly, you'd be better off looking for a long, but I'd want it back above these levels if I was going to do that. But if we get there, and then we're back into the middle of the bands again. So even that trade was kind of risky, but to me it was kind of an obvious one. I was just waiting for the price action to slow down, and I was just waiting for the first candle to reclaim. Right? Look, not a single one of these candles reclaimed on the way down. And then my entry was above that candle looking for the reclaim. Just that quick little pop that we got. Just wish we would have got the full amount, and that's that. There you go. Broke that little support. Or it's so funny that these lines off the hourly and stuff just get used. Like they've been there this whole time. Just makes me feel more confident, like moving forward, like knowing that I can see the chart for what it is a lot of the time. So that helps. Friday's the only day. What do you do during the week that you can't be at your computer? Work. I figured that. I was more so asking what you do for work. Clicking wrong buttons. My accuracy on clicking is not what it used to be. Growing up playing Counter-Strike, that was my life, was clicking the right spot. My DPI is a lot higher now because I have my screen so much bigger, so I need to get the mouse moving. You play around with machines? What kind of machines? I feel like today was a lottery play. I mean, worst part is we're still trying to go up. Machines. Can't even think of, like, I mean, there's computers, like, what other kind of machines are there that you would play around with? Unless you're talking like old school type machines. Like machines like cars? You make parts for guns and elevators. Nice. So you're a guns guy? I am currently carrying. I carry every day. I don't show it on stream because I don't want to get in any kind of trouble, but I could probably show you via it's a Springfield XDS 3.3. I make sure to go at least once a month just to keep up with it. But I have a red dot that's zeroed in, so I'm not necessarily too worried about going to shoot, not like I used to back before red dots. Before red dots, I would always be freaking out, like staying up on my trading. But man, red dots are just a cheat code. You have it zeroed in, I mean, good to go. I almost upgraded to a Hellcat. So I've had this XDS9 as what I would consider my carry for a long time. And this wasn't slotted for the red dot. So I had to kind of do that myself. Don't shoot your tank. Yeah, well, that's because he didn't have it properly concealed. You should not be able to reach into your pants and pull the trigger. That should not be a thing. That's what the holsters are for. It was the football player, right? I forget his name. Zishan, I played Counter-Strike. I played Counter-Strike for entirely too many years of my life. Call of Duty, I just never got into. I don't know. I just didn't like it. It never felt like, I don't want to say real, but it never felt real enough. Counter-Strike was nice. I actually, if you guys have been following me for a while, I really got into Escape from Tarkov. I did, yeah, I was into Valorant. I'm talking Counter-Strike, like I started playing Counter-Strike back in 1.5 is when I started. 1.6 is when I started playing competitively. Source is where I actually won money playing, like I used to go to LAN events and everything. But then it kind of died off for a bit. And then out of nowhere, it kind of came back with Global Offensive, and then it became a real big thing. I kind of got back into playing with Global Offensive, but not really. And then I just never got back into it. Like I'll play it here and there, but not competitively. I just get on for fun. What number of accidental triggers gone off every year? Any stats? Misfires, like negligent discharges, like they're very different. As far as the actual like malfunctions where the gun will fire itself, pretty sure it's very rare. Although, was it the P365? I think that people were talking about that being an issue, the SIGs. I feel like there was a gun that a lot of people were like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to get it," because apparently it happened a couple times. But even so, it was like a couple times. Just, you know, slowly trending our way back up. And there's not, you can't trade this. Yeah, well, that's because Counter-Strike is, this is going to sound bad, but it's more of a skill game. Counter-Strike is more of a skill game, or Call of Duty is more of like a run and shoot type game. Battlefield I never played. Valorant was okay. I actually liked Valorant because it was essentially Counter-Strike, but with like cool abilities. But I just never, I don't know. The abilities are actually what turned me away from it. That's kind of why I liked Escape from Tarkov, because it was very realistic. Escape from Tarkov is the best, worst game that there is. It could be so amazing if they would just get it done correctly. But the people that own the game, what's the name? I know once I see it. Escape from Tarkov. What's the name? Battle State. Battle State refuses to allow outside people to come in. It's like it's a Russian-based game, and they like refuse to allow like programmers outside of Russia to play the game. No, I mean, I still play it. I haven't played a video game, dude, and it's been months. I've been like really trying to focus on like the job search and trading, trying to push the futures thing, try to get the algo to pick me up on the future side of things. What is this scandal? Now with the skins, man, skins have taken over Counter-Strike. I saw that. I was actually Alpine plays Call of Duty, and he sent me a link to this one guy, and I ended up watching another guy who's actually really good at Call of Duty, and it looked like there's skins involved with Call of Duty as well now. Yeah, see, they get everyone to switch to shorts. Dude, I'm telling you, the market just does what it wants. It's ridiculous. That's why I don't try to predict. I just react. This is insane. I mean, it looks like it's going to go parabolic. The job search is going. I had 2 leads, sort of. The one lead was kind of brushed off, as in we're not really looking till next year at some point, like January, February. The other one is one of my old buddies. He is a mortgage broker, and he's always saying how he's looking for help. He's always asking when I'm going to come work with him. And then I kind of finally reached out and said, let's do it. And now, you know, it was the worst time, because now no one's really buying at the current moment, and they're not really looking to hire at the current moment. So I mean, to be honest, if I could find a job, like some sort of just data entry job, even like literally just making like 30K a year that I can do from home, like I would be so good at it, because I'm really good with that type of stuff. Like data entry would be a breeze for me. And I could take that seriously, and I could also still do my thing at home. So that would be like perfect. But dude, I've applied to 30, 40 jobs at this point. I literally, besides the 2 that I personally have gotten leads from, I haven't gotten a response from any of them. So it's just, it's tough out there. Everyone's like, oh yeah, you can get a job. Oh yeah, you can go get a job at Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell and stuff like that. But that's not what I'm looking to do. That's not going to help me in the long run. I'd rather just go DoorDash or Uber Eats, which I have. I've been every once in a while. Like if I leave real early, it's probably because I scheduled a DoorDash that day or something like that. That's not going to be the reason today, but it's just, I'm trying to find a way to make sure I bring in money. And it's like, obviously I want the trading thing to work, but can't always count on it, you know? By the way, I just noticed my drawdown went back up. So that means I got pretty much the most I could have from that trade. Before trading, so I was just actually looking at my resume, so I know this. From 2008 until 2018, I worked for local government. So local government, I was doing traffic maintenance, traffic engineering. So I would install, maintain all like your traffic lights, traffic signs, traffic pavement markings, stuff like that. And then I retired from there essentially after 10 years. I did get my 10-year retirement type deal in there. So when I get older, if I ever want to apply for the benefits from that, I could, but we'll see if it even matters then. I think it's 63. I don't remember. I know it's around like the whole Social Security age as well. But I also, then that's when we had our first kid. 2016 we had first kid, and then in the end of 2017, or actually it was the middle of 2008. The middle of 2018? No, middle of 2017. We were going to move to Florida. We did move to Florida. So maybe it was 2007 to 2017. Yeah, it had to be. But anyways, we moved to Florida. We were there for like 3 months. We ended up moving back because Amanda didn't like the job she had transferred to. Ended up getting the old job back. And we've been back since. But when we moved to Florida, the premise was that I was going to stay home and raise the 2 kids. Because we hadn't had our second kid yet, but she was pregnant with the second kid. And so we had the second kid when we got back. I ended up staying home, taking care of both of them, so we didn't have to pay for daycare, because daycare for a 1-year-old and a newborn was more than I was making at my job. So I was just like, well, I'll just stay home and take care of them myself. It was like, I would have brought home like monthly an extra, like it was like 50, I want to say maybe it was like $200 after paying for all the daycare. So I was essentially working just to pay for their daycare. So I was like, well, why don't I just stay home and I can actually raise the kids? And that's what I ended up doing. Am I willing to relocate? Nah, not now. The kid, we really like where we're at. We just moved 2 years ago into the house that we're in, which is what we would probably consider our forever home. It's big. It's in the school district we wanted to be in, like all that stuff. So definitely not willing to relocate. Not until they're older. But by then, I would obviously hope that I'm not looking for a job. OnlyFans? Yeah. Only feet? Probably have a better chance with that, even though my feet are disgusting. And my wife, it's so funny because my wife, when she found out what some of those girls were making on the Only Feet, she was like, oh, I could do that. And I was like, oh, no, you can't. So around here, they're not, Alan. But I mean, obviously we've heard the news stories. Remove the beard? For what? For OnlyFans? And I just threw them. Is your wife supportive of your trading, or is she getting tired of it like mine? So she was very supportive, and she still is supportive, but she's getting very tired of it very quickly because I'm not bringing in the money like I was. Am I good with technology? Yes, very. I've built every single computer that I've had my entire life from the age of 16. That's when I built my first computer. The first computer I ever played games and stuff on was my wife's ex-husband. He was big into computers. He's actually who taught me how to build computers. But I mean, it's pretty easy anyway. But as far as everything else goes, yeah, look at that. Test the highs, dump. I can't play any of this though. That was just too much of a grind. Oh yeah, there's a such thing to Mimi. Do you know how to long on Facebook? What do you mean? Like go long? I actually did repair. That's funny. I actually was repairing iPhones for people with the cracked screens, but a lot of people don't really crack their screens too much anymore. And on top of that, the margins on that were kind of crap, especially because I was always just so nice about it. I knew a bunch of people that had like iPhones and that they were cracked, and I fixed my wife's once, and I was like, oh, this is real easy. And it was pretty cheap. So I was like, hey, if any, that's just who I am though, man. I'm not, I don't look to make profit off of friends and family and stuff like that. So it's like I was like, oh, you have a cracked iPhone? I was like, I can fix that for you. They're like, oh really? They're like, how much? And I think it was like $40 for the new screen. And I mean, it only took me like 10-15 minutes to replace it. If you have the tools to do it, it's real easy. I mean, that's like with you guys. I've never asked for anything from you guys. If you're going to spend money on an account and I can have a code that makes it less for you, and at the same time I can get a little piece of it, that's cool, right? I'm not asking you directly for anything. It's money you were going to spend anyway, and I can get a piece of it just for you using a code. As far as going above and beyond, if you want to support the channel, you can. There's the join button on the YouTube channel. I used to have over 10 people on that thing, but when the whole Mark Douglas thing happened on my YouTube page, it didn't let me monetize for over a month, so all those like auto canceled, and there was nothing I could do about it. I'm not going to go back and be like, hey, you used to be subscribed, or you used to be a member on my YouTube channel, you need to do it again. Like, that's just not who I am, and I've never pushed that stuff really before. I've always said it's there if you want to help support the channel and me, then that's awesome. But I don't go out of my way asking for that stuff. I never have. Yeah, the problem with me usually, Zishan, is that I'm good. I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm not great at any one thing. And it seems to be the case even with trading. I wish that trading is the one thing that I could be great at. I've never loved anything more than I have trading. Maybe poker was a close second, but I just can't seem to get. God damn it, Justin. I said you don't have to. It's funny. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right, I think I'm gonna get aggressive next trade. What's your analysis right now? Right now we double topped. So I mean, we're in a range, pretty obvious range. It's a little easier to see on the 5-minute. I really hate that they just be able to just click. Look on the 5-minute, it's pretty obvious, right? Making a little M. A lot of people call the W because they're long bias, but this could be an M. If we come back down and retest and fail, it could be a good continuation to the downside. Just the double top. I mean, honestly, we still have a trend line sitting here on the 5-minute. Even if you use this. Look. So there's definitely some things to look at, but there's a lot of possible technical things going on right now. Obvious double top. I don't even have to really draw because the high line's there. If we stay in this, it could be a little bit of a wedge, sending triangle, then blast off. We could break this, come down, complete the M. Obviously, we can't do a head and shoulders now. We don't have a head unless this reclaims right now and creates a head. So my current analysis is 0. We're right in the middle of a lot of things. You'd just be guessing at this point. I would say wait and see what happens. Don't force anything. That would be my analysis. Analysis paralysis. Oh, here we go. So wait. Damn it, Tim. But what is it? So it says, let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. How? How do I do it? And how come yours didn't come through? Oh, there it is. How come you guys can't see that? It should be coming through. Is it? Oh, there it is. Ah! I had it below the other thing. That's my fault. You saw it right there at the end. Thank you, Zishan. So we're breaking down right to that line. I don't have any trades here. We're, like I said, we're right in the middle of everything. I could try to react to some of this, but I don't know. I'm kind of out of the mood. Yeah, sorry, Zishan. You got to do it again, man. It's got to be 5. $4.99 doesn't count. Probably took that $4.99 out of the register. He's gonna. You got to show us the over under at the end of today. It's gonna say $4.99. Oh, that was good, Froggo. That was good. That was good. That's what I did. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that was great. So I fixed it. So now if you want to see the pop-up, it will pop up now. Sorry it wasn't there before. I could probably just replay it at some point. Now the pop-up works. No, so I changed everything. It's actually really nice, Justin. I don't know if you do this or want to do this, but on OBS, if you do the what is it? Color source. What am I trying to say? I changed it. Not the display capture, the window capture. If you do a window capture and then you alt and drag, you can crop that window and then move it around. So if you were to move that window on your computer itself, it doesn't matter as long as it's not minimized. So it's actually pretty nice. So like now, like right now, I'm moving my Rhythmic around to just maximize it by accident. Like I'm moving it around my screen. Like you can see it on my camera, like the whiteness of it. It's making, so it doesn't affect, like I'm over top of the chart right now. Like it doesn't matter where it's at on your screens. It'll always stay put on OBS. It's kind of nice. Right. Yeah. So you could essentially have the scanners anywhere as long as they're not minimized. It'll stay put on OBS. I didn't know that. I just learned that the other day. I saw somebody do it in a video when they were adjusting their OBS, and I was like, huh. So now I don't have to open up Rhythmic. I can literally just leave it minimized behind everything if I wanted to, and it'll still work correctly. It's pretty nice. Yeah, so DOS, it does work, but you have to, every time you open OBS, because it does it for Quantower as well, you have to right click and hit properties and select the DOS window. So it will work, but you just every day you open OBS, you have to do that. Because I have to do that with Quantower, and I do remember having to do that for something with DOS because I was doing a window capture for it, but I wasn't using it with the alt. Like I would still crop it like an idiot instead of doing the alt thing. All right. Don't have one waiting for a signal for my bot when to close the position. I mean, we're still in an uptrend. Like I said, I mean, you scroll out, we're still in the uptrend. We haven't broken. I mean, it's a pretty obvious one too. So, let's see. I will BRB. I'm going to get a new drink as well as go to the bathroom. Justin, who won the game last night? I watched it at halftime and then fell asleep. I guess I could just look. I kept calling the guy from the Pats, Mbappe, like the guy from who plays football, soccer. Call it football. I respect it. Well, based off of what I'm seeing on the picture here, I'm assuming New England won. Yep. Wow, they didn't score a single point in the second half, huh? It was 21-10, I think, at half. They didn't score the 8 until the end, which it was probably like right at the end, I'm assuming, since they went for 2. I guess they would have went for 2 anyway. Oh, wow. They had 15 seconds. Started on the 13 at the end. When did they score? Oh, here it is. Fourth quarter. Oh, they still had plenty of time. So that guy didn't have a good second half, it doesn't look like. Where are the stats? Oh, here they are. Zape. One more test up at least. Well, we're testing that trend line. And we bounced right off of it. It's about to break trend. Oh, you know, I don't even have ISW open today. I thought it was quiet. I even had GDT come in here to remind me. And I don't know, it didn't click in my head. Oh, we're actually trying to break the trend line. I need to go throw a couple Cokes in the freezer for our drive down to the ocean. Actually, Coke 4 is good enough between the two of us.
Lunch.
Doesn't look like much is going on in ISW. Wait, is that trade from today, Justin? I can't tell. Oh yeah, it is 2 minutes one. So, looks pretty typical in there so far. All right, well, let's see if we can come back down to this 1625 area. Complete the M. They do sweeps on trend lines too. I was gonna say, I don't think that they don't. But obviously someone was looking at this trend line. They were like, no, I'm good. Nope, I'm good. Trend line break. The power of the old trend line. That's what I say, man. If you break it down and you just look at trend lines and support and resistance, you'd be surprised at how easy it could be. Get in on the trend line break. Got a pretty clear stop above our previous pivot. You just got to stick to it.
$dollar billion.
Question is, what do we do here? This is the key spot, 1625. Yeah, I mean, that was a perfect double top. Not even gonna lie.
At GDT. Woohoo. At GDT. Woohoo. At GDT.
I felt like I had to chime in. $27. Yeah, I mean, it's right above that line. I mean, just somewhere in this range. Let's silence these for a sec and turn Pretty obvious area here. Make it look a little better.
THCHLNT.
Can't see that at all, can you? We'll see. Usually when you get a trendline break and the old M pattern, it's not good. We'll say that. But again, this isn't a stock. Chasing the home runs? Yeah, I feel you, man. Why? I used to feel you. I don't anymore. Oh, we're bouncing right off that area for now.
FFIE go go.
Was that low? Did I get it right? 1627.50? Let's see. It was 1627 exactly. It was 50, 2 ticks under. Oh my god, that was blinding. Hour broke the previous high, but so far, my tell. Yeah. I don't know. It feels like we're gonna try green to red again. What it feels like.
ALLRNTB.
The old double top. Wow, it's already 11:30. Crazy. Might end up being it for me. Might just not eat lunch. Get Chipotle later. Kind of feeling some Chipotle. Maybe I'll go get Chipotle for lunch. Could be a good idea. Search for the creator music on YouTube. What I understood that it's not available for everyone, most probably for creators who are monetized. Yeah, I was talking to Zishan on Discord last night, and it was the same thing. I mean, if you're not listening, if you're not streaming or making YouTube videos and stuff, then I wouldn't even worry about it. Just go use Spotify or something. Well, it looks like we're bouncing off that area. Maybe it's a W. It's not an M, it's a W. A cursive W. What's up with this CRISPR? I keep hearing people talk about CRISPR. CRSP. Something approved? Tim, bless the W, please. You're buying. Well, as long as I'm not monetized, I won't get copy strike if I use those lo-fi music on YouTube. No. Or, I mean, are you posting videos somewhere with the music on it? I mean, if not, then you can use that stuff for whatever. Yeah, Alan, dude, that's why I said, man, this is all just chopped to me. Until it picks a direction and actually starts to extend away from it, I don't really have any, I don't have a play. I got nothing for you. Sorry. Oxy's actually coming back down. That's good for me.
Note maybe Mave.
Well, if you're still in, it's trying to go back higher. The thing is, man, you're never going to predict which way it's going to go. Not consistently. You might do it every once in a while and you might hit that home run, but you're going to strike out so many times trying to hit those home runs. It's the market, you can't predict where it's going to go. Anyone that says they can, they're full of it. You can predict 100%. Just do the, yeah, just whatever Zishan does, just do the opposite. Are you actually making videos, Zishan? I mean, that would be different. I mean, the thing is, too, if you're not monetized, I wouldn't even worry about it because you don't have to worry about the monetization. If you're not monetized, then who cares if it gets copyrighted? Like, if it gets copyrighted, the video will stay up. You just can't monetize it. See how David's doing. Oh, wow. He literally has only made lunch money. Gas Station Chronicles. I am a follower, by the way. I love it. Oh, it's great. So that's actually one of the huge advantages of YouTube. You can record just privately and it'll save it. So you don't have to worry about all the hard drive space because then it'll just save on YouTube. You don't have to worry about it. So essentially stream to YouTube every day. You don't have to record at all to your computer, and then it'll just save every day to YouTube. It's like free hard drive space, essentially. Alan, honestly, just realizing I was losing. Eventually you'll lose enough to where you realize it's just not going to work, and then you stop trying to make it work. Yeah, being able to go back and watch yourself trade is huge. I used to do that with stocks all the time. So this is the first time I felt like I have an actual system that could work trading the NQ. So I have been journaling my trades as well. And I've actually been writing notes on like what I saw in that current moment so that I can go back and review them. And then if at any time I see one that I want to go back, it'll always be on YouTube as well. So I can always go watch it as well. Good morning, Knives. What's up, man? How are you? Smaller day again today. I'm just, again, not a huge fan of these V-shaped type recoveries. Literally, look, V shape upside down, V shape right side up, V shape right. They're just chopping, man, to me. Well, that's the other thing with these prop accounts, Alan, is they're hard to take serious. They are. I mean, when you're buying an account for $17 and that's all you're risking, it's hard to not treat it as such. So I get it. And I did that for a while. It was really hard for me to take it seriously. But the longer you do it, the more you realize, okay, well, $17 plus $17 plus $17 plus 85 plus 140 plus 17 plus 17 plus 17 plus 140 plus 17 plus 17. And it starts to add up, right? With no payouts. It starts to add up for sure. So then you're like, all right, well, I need to figure this out.
BDTX maybe too.
We need a free reset or another 90%. Well, they don't do free resets on Apex. But I do agree if they would run a 90%, it would do well right now. I feel like there's been a lot of blow-ups this past week. Who's the top futures trader on YouTube right now? In terms of views, I would have to go with probably Wieland, Patrick Wieland. I think he probably gets the most views. Now watching him, you need to have the personality to watch someone like him. But in terms of views, I'm pretty sure he probably gets the most. I think Trades by Matt is another one that gets a lot of views. But now keep in mind, these are also people that I do not think are 100% legit. Like, I don't think they're showing you everything. So there is that too. Nutty Bar Trading, Alpine, they both show everything. They're very transparent about everything. So they're not as big. Alpine's actually blown up like these last couple months. He kind of went from decent amount of viewers, etc., to like he's been killing it. The algo is definitely hitting him pretty good. Yeah, Patrick is very, very out there. I'm more of your completely real, transparent, down to earth kind of guy. Patrick is almost the exact opposite of that. Nutty Bar and Alpine and Tim, sure, why not? Why not Tim? What do you mean? So the algo, I have this theory. Like I was actually talking to Alpine about this last night, that the majority of all of my videos that are actually viewed a lot are all stock videos. So I feel like I still get pushed to people that are mainly stock traders or equities. Ooh, big little drop there. But then they were mainly, so like Alpine did a lot of stock stuff too, but none of that ever really like took off. So when he started doing futures and those videos started taking off, the algo kicked in like, okay, futures, like we'll start pushing you to actual futures people. Same with Nutty. Nutty came into the YouTube world as a futures trader. So I feel like everything for him from the get was just future stuff. But I feel like I'm fighting the grain because it still labels me as stocks instead of futures. So I feel like that's the issue I'm running into. Trading GER40? Oh, I have no idea. I thought he just trades the NQ as well. I mean, he might be. I pop in Alpine stream when I'm done streaming if I'm just kind of hanging around doing other stuff. I don't really watch Nutty too much. Ooh, There's the green to red. There's the W finishing its course. Might be able to get one more trade here before I have to go. Let's see. I'd want to see it push down even further though. Yeah, me and Alpine are actually pretty good friends. That's why he kind of hurt my feelings yesterday a little bit. He was talking the nutty or whatever, and I said something in the chat, and he was like, "Oh, Tim, volatility trading, one of my viewers," and I was just like, "Ooh, ouch." Oh, reclaimed right back, or green again, right back into this area. Let's see what it does here. My thoughts would be it's going to reject. Yep. I'm surprised it even bounced back up there, to be honest. I thought we were going to get more of a push down. Yeah, Zishan, if that's all you're doing, then yeah, you don't have to worry about copyright stuff. Even if you were uploading, until you're monetized, you don't have to worry about the whole copyright stuff. Now, if this does reclaim again, I do feel like it'll try to push through. But again, I still think it would be more of a fake out than anything. I don't think anyone that are buyers looking for this to go back like towards the highs and stuff are necessarily happy with where it's at the moment. So I don't think we're going to get any like crazy buying going into this area. Dude, Tarkov is awesome. Now, keep in mind, they consider it beta, but it's really not. Like, they've called it beta since the beginning. But it's a pretty awesome game. Search up a guy, he's on YouTube and on Twitch. His name's Landmark. He's probably easily one of the top players in the game. Like, if you want to see like what the game has to offer. And if you ever want to learn how to play the game, watch Pestily is his name. He's very good at kind of teaching. Pestily. So Pestily. I just typed it in chat. And Landmark is actually like with a V. So it looks like that. Landmark streams all the time. He makes a F ton of money from Twitch. I'm assuming from YouTube as well. He must have came to an agreement with Twitch to allow him to trade on both, or stream on both. Really don't want to take this trade, to be honest. Just feels like it could be a sweep. But it also feels like it could be a nice move down. Wait, what just happened? I was like, are we stuck? Did you see that? It was like no orders going through. There's just like no one buying or selling. It was just stuck. I'm gonna leave this order here for... Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Well, we'll see what it does here. If this rejects hard, I'm gonna leave it. We get back into that above area, I'm definitely not leaving it. It has this candle to come back down, or I'm canceling it, and I'm gonna get out of here. I got a couple things I want to do before the meeting. All right, now we're back above it. All right, that's gonna do it for me. People stream trading on Twitch too. Yeah, they used to. Yeah, I used to be on Twitch. It wasn't worth it, especially because they wouldn't let you do anything on YouTube. What's the bang for? Pop back through that area. Oh, rejected though. They swept to the upside. We'll see what it does moving forward, but I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, on Twitch. Gotcha. Oh, the bang. Oh, the alerts. Yeah, I remember those. Yeah, I remember that. Jerks. But all right, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. Don't do anything stupid the rest of the day. I will probably not make a video. I got too much stuff to do here. I mean, I might try to squeak it in there before we leave, but we'll see. I will still be on Discord and all that good stuff, but I'll be with the family. We're on vacation until Sunday. If you do have any questions or anything like that, feel free to find me on Discord, or you can find me on Twitter. I can still answer some questions. And I'll see you guys Monday morning. Stay safe, and I appreciate y'all. Till then, peace.
LPTV 2K.
Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can
SGMO
do
plenty,
is
go
play
go.
the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I've decided to say I'm sorry, so lie. Pretend that you're okay.
TSBT2.
Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day.
TSBT 641 KTB.
I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. And so I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. Life kept spitting at my feet and forced me down a dead-end street, when all I had went up in flames, burning only dark remains. I cover up every part of my skin, oh, 'cause I don't like the person within. Oh, I know I'm the one to blame. All I can do is take the shame. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm too sad to say I'm sorry, so lie and pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. Whoa, I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. So I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie.
Out all AFRM.